Next time on Death Battle, it's a battle of the kaijus, Godzilla versus Gamera. I love Godzilla, but I'm gonna go with Gamera. I always thought he was cooler. Fucking turtle, rocket turtle. Like, come on, man.
Kaiju, the Japanese word for
a giant monster that destroys everything around it.
Kaiju, the Japanese word for
a giant monster that destroys everything around it, like Godzilla, the king of the monsters.
And Gamera, the guardian of the universe. Despite being box office rivals for half a century, these two enormous creatures have never met. Until today.
Oh shit.
I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and
skills
to find out who would win
a death battle.
The year was 1954, less than a decade after Little Boy and Fat Man had decimated Japan.
The nuclear age had begun.
As the United States tested their shiny new hydrogen bombs across the Pacific, one of them woke something up.
Godzilla, the radioactive, rampaging savior/destroyer of Japan.
Mutated by nuclear energy, Godzilla stands over 300 feet.
355 feet, 90,000 tons, over 65 million years old, feeds on nuclear radiation, nuclear-powered heart, excellently mutated by nukes, a lot of nuclear bullshit. Somehow has knowledge in judo and boxing. Crazy. And yes, I know all the nuclear stuff is because, like, he was supposed to be, this was like horror movies for Japan. This was to represent literal nukes. Like what happened in Hiroshima.
Tall and weighs 90,000 tons. He is an unstoppable force of nature.
And for some reason, Godzilla has made Japan his personal playground and has been stomping through it for 60 years.
Couldn't he have picked on some other country?
You'd think so.
Godzilla's radioactive mutation leaves everything in his wake contaminated. Water, plants, even people. Godzilla's presence alone turns a city block completely uninhabitable.
Like that noisy upstairs neighbor, or people who let their dog shit in your front lawn.
But Godzilla does not simply walk past his enemies to destroy them.
His strength is insane. He once lifted and threw his arch-rival Kaiser Ghidorah, who weighs 100,000 frickin' tons.
He channels this strength through his claws, teeth, tail,
and epic gravity-defying drop kicks.
What the shit?
Hilarious abilities aside, Godzilla would not be such a legendary kaiju without some serious
Really wish the people in my house would fuck off.
Firepower. He can emit atomic energy from his body for a short-range nuclear pulse.
Or fire his signature atomic breath, a goddamn laser beam of pure radiation. That's like microwaving at least 100 balls of tinfoil.
Well, give or take a few million.
The atomic breath can melt, burn, or blow up just about anything. And you know it just can't smell good. I mean, that's a lot of fish.
No. That right there is Zilla, the bastardized and shamed American version that Toho literally bought the rights to and completely rebranded just to murder on screen.
Take that, America.
And that was just the real Godzilla's standard atomic breath.
Yep, after absorbing a giant pterodactyl's soul, okay, he gained the power to boost his breath to the red spiral ray.
An attack so...
Atomic breath. Spiral atomic breath. Nuclear pulse. Regenerator G1. Magnetic powers. Superdorsal plates. Uncanny durability. Godly strength. And can breathe underwater.
So deadly, it only took a few blasts to obliterate the more powerful clone of himself. Space Godzilla.
What? Space Godzilla?
Yes, Space Godzilla's a thing. Moving on.
Oh.
Godzilla's cell structure can quickly regenerate from all manner of wounds. And despite being vulnerable to man-made electricity, he possesses magnetic properties. Like a lightning rod, he can attract thunderbolts from the sky and use nature's power to enhance his own abilities. Or turn himself into a giant living magnet.
Magnets. How do they even work? Well, believe it or not, that isn't the weirdest thing that Godzilla can do. If Big G needs to get somewhere quick, he bends over, charges up, and does this.
Bro, what the fuck?
Well, at least Japan is creative.
Wait, can that even happen?
Scaling to the present, to actually lift his body means the atomic breath must have a force of over 328 trillion psi. That's the equivalent of 1 trillion riot control fire hoses, enough to wrap around the Earth 38,000 times.
Damn.
Damn. Godzilla has 44 known victories, largely due to his insane durability.
44 wins, 9 losses, 7 ties, for a total of... let's see, 50 fights. No, 60 fights. Survived and escaped a black hole, regenerated from a beating heart. Neat. Battle rode on for 12 hours, survived the absolute zero cannon, lifted and threw Kaiser Ghidorah, matched Thor's strength. What? Defeated 10 monsters in a row in Final Wars.
He's fallen into a volcano, survived a black hole, and tanked a meteorite point blank without a scratch.
But despite popular belief, Godzilla is not invincible. His regeneration takes time, his speed is lacking, and despite having
Sense of delight, relatively slow, somewhat clumsy due to his size. Lost to King Kong and Mothra, gills are a weak spot. Vulnerable to strong surges of unnatural electricity, killed by Oxygen Destroyer and Mecha Godzilla 2. Sorry, I had like a freaking yawn slash burp there. That was weird.
having 2 brains, one in his skull and the other where his tail meets his torso, he's pretty darn clumsy.
Where were you on that one, ass brain?
He officially
Wait, he has
he's
2 brains?
And despite having 2 brains, one in his skull and the other where his tail meets his torso, he's pretty darn clumsy.
Where were you on that one, ass brain?
He officially lost a fight against King Kong, and he's even died in 4 separate films.
But Godzilla's victories definitely outweigh his failures. There's a good reason they call him the King of the Monsters.
The year was 1965, the apex of the space race. Technology was advancing further and faster than ever before, but no one could have anticipated the bioengineered marvel hidden beneath the waves. Eons ago, the ancient people of Atlantis learned how to construct life and foolishly decided to play God.
But instead of creating something safe like a dog or a bunny, they created giant flying laser shooting murder birds. Surprise, surprise, they couldn't be controlled and they turned 100% of Atlantis into oceanfront property.
So, what was their solution to counter these giant destructive monsters? Why, another giant destructive monster, of course.
Duh. Fight
Enter
fire with
Gamera,
fire.
guardian of the universe and friend to all children.
That thing is friend to all children. Cool, got it. 262.5 feet, 10,000 tons. Atlantean bioengineering. To 150 million years old. Feeds on fire, plasma, and mana. Ooh, he can feed on the freaking atomic breath then, probably. More intelligent than most humans. Skilled gymnast. Known as the guardian of the universe and friend to all children.
Honey, let's go. He won't harm us. Gamera doesn't hurt people. He likes us.
Friend to all children? That's a terrible title. How about Gamera, the flying, fire-breathing Ninja Turtle of Doom?
That's actually not far off. For a 260-foot, 10,000-ton turtle, Gamera is quite agile.
And he sticks it! His
What's with turtles and being fucking ninjas?
arsenal includes 2 huge tusks, twin elbow spikes, and a fire...
Fire Breath. Plasma fireballs, accelerated healing, mana manipulation, flight with a top speed of Mach 3, mana manipulation, vanishing plasma fist, and the ultimate plasma mana cannon.
Fire breath so strong it can be used underwater, despite being, fire.
Technically, it's highly concentrated plasma, the fourth state of matter. The hottest plasma ever created by man exceeded 3.6 million degrees Fahrenheit.
Damn.
That's hotter than the surface of the sun.
Damn.
Gamera's fireballs can burn through practically anything.
And when he's not spitting hot fire, he fucking eats it.
It's true, a fiery 4-course meal can quickly heal and re-energize him.
So that's where Natsu learned to eat fire from.
Naturally, as a giant turtle monster, he can retract his limbs and head into his shell for extra defense. And then fire rocket jets out of the holes and frickin' fly!
He's a
What the
fucking
fuck is
Blade.
this? And why can't my turtle do that? Someday, Mr. Snappy. Someday.
Fucking Blade of
Gamera can
Death.
fly at speeds breaching Mach 3, over 2,200 miles per hour. That's faster than the world record-holding SR-71 Blackbird.
But how the hell does he know where he's going? And more importantly, how does he not puke his guts out?
The Atlanteans built Gamera using mana, an ethereal energy force connecting all things, places, and people. Everything has a finite pool of mana, which can be measured using a Sega Dreamcast.
But it still can't play DVDs.
A person's mana is dependent on how much influence and authority they possess over others. As Gamera literally holds the world's fate in his claws, his mana levels are off the charts.
Gamera can manipulate his mana in combat, which is useful when you've lost your arm and need to give your enemy a kaiju-sized falcon punch.
God damn.
Fuck yeah!
And if Gamera ever runs low on mana, he can summon more from the Earth itself.
Gamera better than him. God damn.
I think he got him. Gamera is fast
Yeah.
enough to catch a missile going Mach 10, capable...
Alrighty, 16 wins, 3 losses, 2 ties. That's only 21 fights, so Godzilla's more experienced. Famous steadfast determination, plasma fire trumps the SAR bomb, can jump hundreds of feet, survived a city-leveling explosion, blew up the Star Destroyer. He blew up a Star Destroyer? What the fuck? Survived an orbital re-entry with crash landing and repaired an alien... What the fuck? He repaired an alien spacecraft. Bro. Seriously, you better win. You sound fucking awesome.
of flying through outer space, and tough enough to survive a nuclear explosion which leveled the entire city of Sendai.
As Sendai is about 152 miles across, this explosion must have yielded nearly 112 megatons of force.
Damn.
Gamera has a fierce will to fight. No matter how much pain he's in, he'll keep pushing forward for the win.
And he's not just determined, he's actually quite brilliant. He tactically seeks to exploit enemy weaknesses, and is apparently smart enough to repair an alien spacecraft.
He does machines.
But despite his intelligence, he is not infallible. Gamera's supposedly impenetrable defenses have been pierced before.
Damn. Undercell's shell is weaker. Relies on human connection to maintain its power. Prefers winning through a retreating strategy. Puts the Earth's safety above his own, and is vulnerable to his own plasma.
And remember, Gamera is explicitly the guardian of Earth, which does not necessarily include humanity. In fact, Gamera fears mankind may one day become the Earth's greatest enemy.
I knew he sounded too good to be true. He's a hippie turtle.
And yet, Gamera has a strange fondness for children.
Gamera! Gamera! He will bring kids to his bed, touch them like no other can. Please don't tell on Gamera!
What the fuck, Boomstick?
No, really.
Actually, he's sacrificed his life to save children on multiple occasions, even used his ultimate self-destruct move, all for the safety of innocent children.
Oh,
You
that's
dick.
pretty cool.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
Kaiju style. Goddamn ad. I don't care, Steam. Get the fuck out of here. You guys are useless. Gamera. Fight! Yeah, get him. Fuck that guy. King of the monsters, my ass. Oh shit. Come on, fight back. Goddamn. Hell yeah. Playdate of Death. Come on. Keep going. Launch his ass right into the fucking sun. Oh shit! Pile driver! Look at orbital pile driver, goddamn! Oh shit. Oh no! Come on, Gamera! Yeah! Fuck his ass up! Yeah! Is that enough to kill him? Ah, shit. Behind you, Gamera! Come on! Ah, damn.
Add Master of the Culinary Arts to his title because Godzilla just made turtle soup.
Gamera may have held the speed advantage, but Godzilla's sheer size and power won this bout.
He's 9 times heavier.
Yeah.
Plus, while Gamera tanked a city-busting nuke and almost died, Godzilla tanked a similar explosion from a meteorite and didn't even flinch.
Gamera's shell was once pierced by Virus, a physically weaker foe. There's no doubt Godzilla could overpower this giant turtle.
Hell, he's strong enough to match goddamn Thor. And since Godzilla's atomic breath is composed of pure radiation, not fire, Gamera could not feed off of it.
But most importantly, Gamera has a history of winning through retreating. He usually takes one round to analyze his foe and another to win the day. On paper, this sounds like a smart idea.
But unfortunately for Gamera, Godzilla don't play like that. Looks like Godzilla put Gamera through living shell.
The winner
Really?
is Godzilla.